Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, for your Patreon match, it's going to be a match between DRG and Time here on Hardwire. From DreamHack Last Chance, bottom left, it is Time. Top right, it is DongRaeGu. So, the best player from China, he is excellent at TVZ. If you watch the group stages of DreamHack Last Chance, you would know that. And I want to see how he stacks up to DRG, an excellent Korean player who is on the downside of his career. So, Time can give Cyril and Raynor problems. Let's see how he stacks up against a Korean, shall we? Hatch first in it here, DongRaeGu. Nothing too crazy that way. I'll talk about that later. So yeah, this is a Patreon cast for those of you who support me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. Feel free to check me out over there if you want to support me on Patreon. Also here on YouTube, you can click the join button down below and support me on a monthly basis right here on this platform as well if you're more comfortable with that. I know some people are. So if you're watching this the week of February the 1st, thank you very much for supporting me. I really do appreciate it. And if you're watching this in the month of March, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'm here 5 times a week with StarCraft 2 content. All right, man, so Reaper expand timing here from Time. It is impossible to avoid time puns when you're casting Time. I've learned that the hard way. Anyway, SCV checking to make sure it's not a pool first here from DRG. But all is well on that front. I do like this music, it's good. So our Reaper name here is from one of my longtime subscribers, Rocket. And he says Lucio from Overwatch. He just switches his song from speed to heal and then to heal. So that's how he heals. He just switches the song from speed to healing for the combat drugs. He knows how to do this. This is basically kind of a Lucio style character here. Not that I've played any Overwatch at all. I don't think I've ever installed Overwatch. Just don't really care about first-person competitive shooters. If there was a campaign, I probably would have bought it. I probably would have bought Overwatch and played it, but they're going after those microtransactions, man. They want those people to buy skins and loot boxes and, you know, pay them $1 a day for 5 years rather than take my $50 because it makes more financial sense to them, right? It certainly does. Third base coming up from DongRaeGu. I mean, I guess now that Activision Blizzard has been bought by Microsoft, who knows what their plans are for Overwatch, because I don't know, they announced Overwatch 2 before the acquisition by Microsoft. I'm not sure if that means what that means for Overwatch. Are they going to keep going with an Overwatch 2 or are they going to scrap it? I don't know. Don't know what we're seeing. Third CC coming up sub 3 minutes from Time. I do love this play. I never have a problem with it. I kind of wish Terran players did it every time because I'd be curious to see what Zerg did to respond to it. You know what I mean? So our Lucio here, he's got 0 kills. He's being very aggressive though. Trying to poke her around a little bit. So yeah, just kind of silence here. Obviously, our Reaper Hellion group is trying to get stuff done, but with the number of 4 queens out there, plus extra lings coming in, plus speed finishing on those lings, the best you can hope for at this stage is maybe getting a creep tumor. Being able to YOLO in there with 2 Hellions and a Reaper is just not expected to accomplish much of anything, honestly. Creep actually does hit with that grenade. I didn't expect that to hit at all. Strangely enough. Do. And there's a starport. So everything going according to just normality here from Time. What's he doing with the third base? He's really just building SCVs with it right now and throwing down mules and whatnot. Overlord checking to see if there are drops coming from here. Overlord checking this area as well. Overlord here. So yeah, this is why maybe making a Viking with your starport is not a bad idea first, but actually going right into Metavacs and into stim production. That's almost done. So we're going to see a bit of a 5.5, 6 minute Marine style attack, or possibly a drop too. DongRaeGu, on the other hand, really macroing his face off. He's got, wow, how many workers? 60 workers. Woo! 60 workers, only 45 for time, but mules are good in helping keep up with that and catch up with that. Creep spread looking good from the Dong too. I'm liking this a lot from DongRaeGu. His macro looks insane. He probably needs a 4th base. He's got 67 workers at 5 minutes. Have I ever gotten 67 workers at 5 minutes? I'm not sure that I have. And this gives him the available money and ability to throw up a ton of Zerglings to deal with incoming attack here. So yeah, it fires up 20 Zerglings, gets a Baneling Nest going. He's working on 1-1 upgrades for these guys, but they're not going to be ready yet. So you're going to unload here? Yeah. Can unload on the edge of the creep. It seems more in fashion these days. Oh, it's a Hellbat attack too. Oh man, remember? So I generally don't like it when it's just Ling Queen trying to deal with this, but we've seen it work before. The Lings come in and get a few hits off on that flank, but it's going to be up to the Queens really to do a lot of damage. Oh, this is disgustingly good micro. Oh, that's so good. No, Hellion gets left behind, or Hellbat does. Jeez. I was going to say, I used to never think it was possible for a Zerg player to hold on with just Lings and Queens in that situation, but hey, joke's on me. Fourth base coming up nice and easily for DongRaeGu. Where's that 3rd base? Are you landing? Yeah. So Time's going to land that 3rd base there. He's got Widow Mines coming in. He's got Drilling Claws coming in here too. DongRaeGu is just in a primo position to win this game against Time. And I talked Time up so much in the first couple minutes of this match. What is wrong with me? I mean, this game's not over yet by any stretch. So let's see where this goes. I do try to pick teams, man. Do try to pick teams and rather games where both players are fairly even. Like when you click on a match, you shouldn't just know who's going to win based on the names involved, right? And this is one of those. I really think it is. I think Time can win this game, but I think DongRaeGu is very capable of it as well, especially considering his 74 drone advantage to only 59 workers for Time. He's got another base coming in here. I mean, he's just got centrifugal hooks finishing up. He's working on 2-2 for his Lings and his Banelings. I mean, this is incredibly good stuff here. So, taking some hits. You don't want to take hits from slow Banelings. I mean, it's fairly understandable if you're on creep, but like, man. Brutal, brutal stuff. On the other side, we got some Lings running in. A Widow Mine clears 8 of them out. No problem. No biggie. Widow Mine's just killing 8 Lings casually and surviving in 1 hit. Widow Mine drop gets a couple drones. A pretty nice drone pull there. Actually, disgustingly good drone pull there from DongRaeGu. So yeah, he basically waited out his gas, right? He didn't have a ton of gas income here. But I think it's allowed him to get up a massive economic advantage. He got 42 Lings coming in. Burrow's getting researched. He's working on these rocks with his Lings. I would be not shocked to see an infestation pit come up and go to Hive. Because DongRaeGu is just, he's teching hard here. Creep spread. Pushing. Widow Mine dropping. I mean, this is really great stuff. What the range on that Widow Mine? Sometimes the range is crazy stuff, man. So Widow Mines get killed. Don't do a whole lot of damage there. 7 drones go down, but nothing that DongRaeGu can't absorb. Dude, these Marines on the low ground, man, refusing to die. They've got 1-1 upgrades. They have Stim, Combat Shield. Medevac's healing them up. Good units, y'all. Time going for a 4th base at the 6 o'clock. I love that. Medevac flies right past a Spore and dies after dropping those Widow Mines a few minutes ago. So DongRaeGu, I don't know, he's got a whole bunch of Lings. He's making 32 Banelings right now. Everyone's scariest sound on Earth. So Nidus Swarm erupting is 1. 2 is that right there. Taking Widow Mine shots, and that's a lot of Marines. The Banelings are coming in. The pre-split is pretty good here. Taking some hits, but otherwise not. Don't go up a ramp with those Banelings. Kill, there you go. Killing mules and SCVs and stuff, and 17, 18, 19 SCVs go down. Chasing up a ramp off creep is pretty much suicidal behavior. Let's not do that. And these guys are doing it, man. Don't do that. 22 SCVs die. Base stays alive because there's nobody here in the Corruptor Hydralisk style of things that can shoot air units and buildings. Top left base from DongRaeGu is on the way. Infestation Pit is coming in. That was a really, really huge Ling Bane thingamajig. Zerglings jumping in. That tank is dead. Nice Widowmine connection there. Siege tank dead. More SCVs kind of going into the war zone to fire. 3 of them get picked off there. This is maybe a burrow scenario. I don't know. Baneling's not making the best trades of all time on that low ground. High ground looking good for time. And he's holding on. So top left base here from DongRaeGu happening quite nice, ladies and gentlemen. And DongRaeGu kind of just trying to Ling Bane his way to victory here. I don't see any production tab for Infestors. I don't see any Vipers on the way. He's just, I mean, he's definitely working on Hydralisk range upgrade, but he doesn't have any Hydras. So it's Ling Bane Queen for the first 11 minutes of this match, which is so darn inspirational. Yeah, it's just going to jump on it again. Another tank's going to die. And yeah, you're not killing all of the Marines, but keeping that tank count down all the way to like 0 is nice. Okay, there are 2 tanks on the high ground here. There's 3 tanks. Oh, there's a burrow there. Where's my Adrenal? Hive isn't done yet. Come on, where my Adrenal is at. Dropping inside the main base. 2-2 Marines, man, versus these Queens. Great, but until the Lings roll in with their upgrades, and then they clean it up, no problem. So DongRaeGu playing a really, like, clean game here. I'm very impressed by it. And there's your Hive, and Adrenal Gland starts now. Making some Vipers. Cool. Getting the Muscular Augments upgrade for Hydralisks. Cool. Ghost Academy on the way from time. Loving that from him. He's got his 5th base over here with a burrowed Ling preventing him from landing. Because again, lore-wise, it makes all the sense in the world that a single burrowed Ling could prevent a command center from landing and just squishing it. I mean, for gameplay purposes, sure. It's one of those things. Gameplay makes sense, but otherwise, meh. Zerglings! Cool boy. And more tanks are dying. And now there's some Hydras out. That speed upgrade's almost done for them. They can chase medevacs a little bit when they have the speed upgrade, but most of the time can't do it. Lurker Den on the way. I'm serious about getting Adrenal Gland, DongRaeGu. You know how important that is to me. Don't let me down, man. Don't do it. Don't you even think about letting me down here. Okay, Widowmine cleaned out, and I just think DongRaeGu has... He's just got the upper hand here. He keeps reducing the tank count. There's 4 of them, but there would be, like, I don't know, 15. Except they keep getting killed. Concussive Shell on the way. That Lurker Den is a big deal. DongRaeGu just kind of buys some time until his Lurkers are ready to go. They can siege right at the edge of this creep and kind of get into this 3rd base again. Maybe siege over here, outrange the planetary that's coming up once they have the Seismic Spines upgrade. And it's a Nidus Network. Nidus Network from DongRaeGu happening now, ladies and gentlemen. Creep Queens picked off very easily. Creep Queens on their own are just not the greatest of units. I'm serious, though. You have a lot of Zerglings. Adrenal is a fantastically, impressively useful upgrade, yo. This left side base is going to die. Just too much damage output from too much range there. Some Marauders get left behind and die, which is just kind of their lot in life there, unfortunately. Viper, maybe go... Oh, an abduct. Abduct into the Hydras! No! Medevacs! No! Full Medevacs! That was supposed to defend this base. Is that it? Attack up the right side, and Time's like, I gotta come home. That abduct was the play of the game. The multiple abducts on the full Medevacs with Marines and Marauders in there with +3 attack. All dead. Shot while they're in their medevacs, unable to defend themselves at all. How interesting would it be if Marines and Marauders could stick their heads out of their medevacs and, like, shoot at stuff? Oh, man. 199 to 154 supply. Look at the supply. 10 Lurkers are on the way. I mean, I've seen Time play so well against higher-ranked Zerg players than DongRaeGu is. But DongRaeGu is just playing his little heart out right here. I'm super impressed. I love this guy. Nidus Worm says no. Trying to throw up a Nidus Worm in absolute full view of everything the Terran player is doing. Look at this poor SCV. What command do you think he's been given? Ugh. What the heck was that all about? I was doing some fancy camera movements by accident. So, I mean, the good news here is that time hasn't really lost a base. I say that. And a huge attack comes into this third. And there are not a lot of siege tanks. Oh, the blinding clouds making it hard anyway. Abducting a tank into the lurker range. Oh, it's Ghost, though. Snipe, snipe, snipe. Snipety, snipe, snipe, snipe. That actually went very well for time. Well defended, but then a huge Baneling bust. Over on the right side. Brutal. Brutality. 20 more SCVs die. So you're going to say Falcon. Time's lost 66 SCVs. He's going to lose this. You know what? Terrans are not dead until they're dead. That is the traditional... This is not working out. This is not working out for time here. But, you know, Terrans aren't dead if they lose 100 SCVs. Not even close. Widowmine connects there. Dies. Widowmine's trying to get more connections. That was not a good one, but nice positioning here in this little narrow choke. Zergs don't like attacking into narrow chokes because a lot of their units are melee. They'd like to surround you. Thank you very much. Ooh, I like this Nidus position from DongRaeGu very much, though. This is out of field of view for the Terran, so this is going to happen, and then he's going to attack with this stuff. I have a feeling multi-pronged. Yeah, anytime a player is 100% on the back foot like this, like time has been for the last 10 minutes, it's not going to work out for you in the long run. You can reverse it, sure, but it's not a good trend. So this thing erupts. And then DongRaeGu's like, I'm just going to go in the front door, I guess. And this planetary is going to die again, because too many Banelings and too many Zerglings, and they had the Adrenal upgrade. It'd be much better for them, but they're choosing not to. So DongRaeGu has decided I can beat this guy, who's not even Korean, with no Adrenal glands. 86. Dude, you're making 86 lings. Get Adrenal gland upgrade for your Zerglings, you insane person. What is even going on with this stuff? The last calendar year has had more examples of long macro ZVTs where the Zerg player has completely forgotten that Adrenal exists than any previous calendar year, any casting I've done since 2015. This is stupid. All right. I mean, this is as Zerg swarmy as you're ever going to get. And you'll notice the Lings aren't winning this because they don't have Adrenal. I promise you, from the bottom of my heart, if the Lings had Adrenal, that would have been a win. Those Marauders would have died very quickly. The Hydras would have cleaned everything else up, and that'd be a GG. But instead, we're making a bajillion Zerglings. By that, I mean 50, 70 or so. Right side base coming up from DongRaeGu. The income is just this. Like, sure. Are you getting some good trades here, time? Absolutely. DongRaeGu's lost 38,000 resources to the only 29,000 for the Terran player here, but he's got so much more income than you do, it doesn't really matter. He can just whittle you down. Whittle mine. Okay, beautiful micro there, splitting one of his Lings off. And then backing out. And then going back in. And then backing out. And then going back in. DongRaeGu's he's trying to find a good angle here. Oh, Lurkers unburrow and burrow so quickly when they have adaptive talons. Snipe on the Vipers. Beautiful snipes there. Absolutely perfect snipes there. And the Lurker, I mean, I'm telling you this game should be over, except Adrenal Glands has been entirely forgotten. So, time, you know, might be able to win this thing, but how much honor is there in winning a match where your opponent forgot an incredibly crucial upgrade for a unit he made 700 of, right? It'd be like if Marines forgot about Combat Shield. I didn't realize you could hear the orbital command flying this clearly. Huh. There's just a little pause in the action and the music there. I'm telling you, Time's going to win this game because Adrenal Gland doesn't exist. See, there's just too much. There's too much here for DongRaeGu to get in there and crush it. He does kill the bottom right base. Excellent. Muy, muy excelente. "15 Banelings on the way, making double Spire, which usually indicates maybe trying to go Broodlords to break this, but man, Ghosts are pretty good against Broodlords. Another attempt at a Nidus in full view of everything Time is doing. There's a Siege Tank to shut that down, so whatever. It's dead already. Does it know it's dead? I'm not sure that it does. I'm not sure that it's aware. 2 more command centers on the way, plus 3 vehicle weapons. Getting research is pretty nice. I like that a lot. Oh, bunch of lurkers are dying there. Some ghosts are dying too. I do feel like the current state of the lurker-ghost relationship is pretty good. It seems like if they have a direct engagement, some lurkers die and some ghosts die. It's not like just one unit runs the other one over, you know? Like if it was 0 lurkers die and all the ghosts die, I'd be like, all right, we got to change that. And if it was vice versa, I'd be like, all right, we got to change that too. Coming on in, beautiful blinding clouds on the tank. The tank count continuing to just be a minor piece of struggle here today, with 19 of them having died thus far. I think DongRaeGu is just basically trying to keep Time contained. Not letting him really expand for the last few minutes is a problem for Time. Yeah, that's what I thought. Greater Spire coming in. Other Spire for upgrades, which are not happening. Dude, you're making 42 more links. How do you not have the Adrenal, though? Vipers come in extremely late to the party and die. What the heck is this? Where are you going? All right. That was fun. Oh, these ghosts get completely left behind. That was interesting, I guess. I still think DongRaeGu wins this game. He's got a bigger bank. He can afford to keep throwing waves and waves of Zerglings and Banelings and stuff against Time here. He's making 15 Corruptors and 3 Infestors, too. Get out of there. Run. There's tanks and ghosts. Get distracted by these changelings. Ooh, thanks. Get distracted by the cleaning bot. That didn't work as well. Yeah, every base on this map has been taken now. Or at least attempting to be taken. That one's attempting. On Hardwire. I don't know if I've seen this. At 22 minutes, too. Part of it is that DongRaeGu has 100 billion% been playing extremely well macro-wise. This is just, look at this, 51 to 36,000 resources lost. We got 11 Broodlords on the way. Cool. There are 7 ghosts, which doesn't seem like it's enough, and there's no Vipers or Vikings either. Vikings are what you want against Broodlords, not Vipers. Although Vipers are good against Broodlords too, but Time can't get those. 15 Broodlords. DongRaeGu trying to get the hammer down. Can't argue much with that. Let's throw the hammer down, ladies and gentlemen. These lings could be so much better. So much better. Instead, they just keep dying. That's 880 Zerglings would have died today. Ghosts working very hard at taking a hatchery down by themselves with their Marauder friends. The Broodlords are here. Ghosts keep dying to them, and that's not real good. At all. Oh boy. Alright, so I don't know that Time has enough of what he needs to deal with these Broodlords. The ghosts are coming up the right side to try to handle... What is that? They wander into fungal, like, Broodlord range and all get obliterated. Okay, that was bad. Liberator not going to help a whole lot in this situation. This base of income, and that's your GG. Yeah, DongRaeGu wins that thing with the Broodlord hammer in 24 minutes, but... He made 900 Zerglings and no Adrenal Glands. This is the 3rd player this has happened to. I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to talk. Blah. Blah. Be like, Anyway, yeah. End of the day here, 3 command centers in orbital and 2 planetaries died in exchange for 1 hatchery. 98 SCVs died and 12 drones. Like, that's your number right there. That's it. Look at how it's 900 lings, 100 banelings, 20 lurkers. That's it. I mean, some hydras. There are some vipers too, but like no ultralisks, no roaches, no ravagers. I mean, this is Lingbane kind of lurker. And the Brewlords, obviously, on the big finale there that Time did not see coming. And he dropped the hammer. So yeah, Time just could not get off the back foot. Did not do nearly enough harassment, if any harassment at all, against DongRaeGu to slow down his macro, and he paid for it. He paid for it big time. So, GG, man. I mean, we are... Wow. Absolutely, it's an incredible display from DongRaeGu. One of the better games I've seen him play in the last year or so. Man, incredible. All right, good stuff there from DongRaeGu, and that's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.